Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Long time no see. My name is Daniel Kendall. I am the owner and operator of All Star Wrestling. I'm here with my very good friend. He is the 10-time United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, Action Mike Jackson. I guess you've been wondering where we've been. Well, we had to take some time off, but it was only to make things better. And we have made things better. So Saturday night, July the 22nd, West Jefferson, Alabama, the old West Jefferson High School, we are back home. And we plan to stay back home. 5 big matches that night. All-Star Wrestling is back and better than ever. You do not want to miss this. The doors will open at 6:30. The show will start at 7:30. Got front row tickets ready to go. Got everything set up, ready. And you are not going to want to miss this. Mike, first of all, we hadn't seen each other in a while.
Nope.
Because it's you've been busy. You've been on the road. I've seen you wrestling out of state for a while. You've been just rocking and rolling. I told you we had to take some time off. I had to get some things together. We had to get things bigger and better, and I think we have done that.
Without a doubt. What's the old saying? Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
That's right.
Well, we've been out for a couple of months, but Daniel, you know as well as I do, and I know the wrestling fans understand that, when you wrestle in buildings that are owned by the city or by the state or whatever the case is, there's other functions. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad that buildings are being used. That's good for the economy, and we hadn't been able to get to West Jefferson in a while, but we're back, and I'm going to say we're back home.
That's
We're
right.
home.
That's
So
right.
I'm looking forward to it.
So, Saturday the 22nd, we got 5 big matches.
Wow.
Usually we do 4, and because usually with 4 we have a rock solid show anyway, but we decided to bring back 5 matches.
I like it.
So, first of all, I got J-Mo. J-Mo is on fire. The people love him. He throws out his glow sticks, dances around. The people love that. Against somebody you know real well, Brock Garvin.
This is going to be a great match. I've seen these two guys wrestle against each other before, and not only is it just a match on the card, it is an important match. You know what it's about. Tell them what it's about.
The winner of this match will meet Extreme Heat for the Southern Heavyweight Championship.
Absolutely. And when you put a stipulation in a match where if you win, this is what's going to happen, that match means a whole lot more than just saying, okay, Mike Jackson, you're wrestling so-and-so. It doesn't matter. This match right here is going to be one of the best matches you'll ever see in your life. These guys can go, and they both got a goal to go for. If one of these guys, or whichever one of these guys wins this match, they're going to meet Extreme Heat. And remember what happened a few months ago. There was a battle royal for the title, and it got down to the last 2 or 3, and I think Extreme Heat pulled one of his stunts out of there and got rid of the guys, whatever. But Commissioner Alan Martin came in and signed the match. So this match will not only be an exciting match, it's going to be for an opportunity to be a champion. And I know Brock Garvin's already a champion, one champion, but bottom line is you can hold 2 belts, 3 belts, 4 belts. If you're fortunate enough to do it, you can hold as many as they got.
You're right.
So it's going to be a great match.
Then I got Johnny Rage versus Extreme Heat.
Wow. Well, everybody knows I trained Johnny Rage years ago. Johnny Rage is one of the best pound-for-pound wrestler I guess there is. Johnny's got a good following. People like Johnny. He's easy to get along with. But I'm going to tell you, and Johnny is smart enough, he's been in the business probably 20 years, 25, 30 years. He's smart enough to know that the guy that he's going in the ring with will do anything to win a match. Extreme Heat has come to All-Star. I don't think I've ever seen one wrestler come to All-Star and take over a town like he has. He came in, I think he's undefeated, isn't he?
He is.
He's undefeated. It doesn't matter what he does to win. And I'm not for the using the cheating methods to win, but the bottom line is when you look at the bottom sheet and you say who's the victor, Extreme Heat's name's everywhere.
Yep.
So he wins, and Johnny is going to have his hands full. But Johnny, Extreme Heat has got a chance also to be the All-Star Championship.
That's right.
He's got the chance to be All-Star, so he needs to beat Johnny Rage. J-Mo and Brock Garvin are going to wrestle each other. One of them's got to beat each other. and then it's going to come down to them in extreme heat for the title. So these are two big main event matches.
Right. Then we got Scott White versus Stephon Dunn.
Wow. You know, let me tell you something about Stephon Dunn. Now, I've been watching this young guy. He's young, built up, out of the Marines, good kid. And I'm going to tell you, he's got a bad attitude. He's been with the wrong people. But I'm going to tell you, he's getting better every week. Now, you can't say enough about Scott White. I've known Scott White and his brother, Matt, for years. They're great guys. They ran shows back in the day. Scott White he's boxed, he's MMA fought, he's wrestled, he's done a little bit of everything. And the good thing about him, like extreme heat, he's been successful. So Scott White came in, he's won the championship. He is the
All-Star Wrestling heavyweight champion.
He's the heavyweight champion. And you know, for a guy that weighs about 230, 240,
yep.
You know, he's flipping off the rope backwards he's taking unbelievable flips, flops. I mean, he's a gymnast. I mean, he's really good. I'm looking forward to this match. Stephon Dunn, a little smaller, but probably a little quicker. So between Scott White and Stephon Dunn, this is going to be a great match.
Then we got the light heavyweight championship. Two guys that I know you know really well. Thundercat, the champion, versus Jay Blade.
You know, I couldn't sit here and talk long enough about Thundercat. The most loyal guy to All-Star Wrestling I believe I've ever seen. He's been with us from the get-go. He's never missed a show as far as I know. Well, he's sick one time. He missed a show. But he's there every time the doors are open. He comes early. He helps train people. He loves the fans. He greets and meets the fans and just does everything he can do to help out. And, you know, he won the title, which I was so happy for him, because if anybody deserves a title in this business, he does. So, in Jay Blake, what can you say? He might be pound for pound the best wrestler on the card. I mean, he can do things that I wish I could do. But this is going to be a high-flying match. And you know what it's going to be a match? It's going to be a scientific match. It's not going to be a match where one of them's got to cheat, one of them's got to put a foot on the rope, or pull hair, or pull out some kind of object. This is just going to be an up-and-down match. May the best man win.
Now, let's talk about your match, because I don't know your opponent real well.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
Can you tell me a little bit about your opponent?
Let me tell you something about Aiden Miles. Now, I've met Aiden Miles years and years ago, and he's the same Aiden Miles today that he was 20 years ago. He's coming to All-Star. He's got a little chip on his shoulder. He was upset with you because you didn't give him a title match for this, that, or the other, whatever the case might be. Well, let me tell you something, Aiden. In All-Star Championship Wrestling, you don't just step into the limelight. You have to work your way into the limelight. There's a ladder. You got to climb the rungs of that ladder to get to the top. Now, I don't have a title right now, but if you could beat me, that would put you in the right in the thick of things for that junior title.
That's right.
That Thundercat at this point holds. So Aiden Miles, I know you run your mouth. I know you've said all this stuff, and you know, here's something that you don't. I'm not sure you know this. I don't think the wrestling fans know. Aiden Miles was partners with Brock Garvin for years. So they think alike, they look alike, they smell alike. So by golly, I know exactly what Aiden Miles is going to try to pull. You don't have to tell me anything about Aiden Miles, because Aiden Miles, you and I have been around for a long time. So all you got to do is beat me, pin me to the mat, 1, 2, 3. This man right here is fair man. He'll give you a shot at probably any of those titles you want. But may the best man win.
You know, I do remember Aiden Miles from that last show in Quinton. He was real upset with me because he lost his match, and he still thought that I should just hand over I guess a briefcase full of gold and give him a title shot.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how it works with me. I've never done that. 21 years, I've never been able to just hand somebody something.
In this business, you got to earn your way to the top. I've not been world champion and all this stuff, and I understand that. I'm not headline WrestleMania and all that kind of stuff, but I've earned where I'm at today. I've earned the respect, and you know what, Aiden Miles, you haven't earned that respect. You know, if you want to be respected, you got to earn the respect.
That's right.
And you haven't earned it at All-Star at all. You know, you've been to All-Star once or twice. I don't think you won a match since you've been there.
Oh, yes.
So, and you know, I just want to tell the fans this right now. I got a little surprise. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because if you tell it, it's not a surprise anymore.
That's right.
I've got a little surprise for you. I'm bringing a friend of mine. Daniel, you may want to tell them a little bit more about it, but I want to just go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. Also on this card, not only are there 5 matches, not only are there 3 championship matches, not only are there contenders matches, not only is Commissioner Alan Martin going to be there to make sure everything is on the up and up. Let me tell you something right now. The biggest announcement for July the 22nd at West Jefferson Town Hall High School is this right here. The world's greatest wrestling midget is going to be there. Little Papa Pump. I talked to him on the phone yesterday. He's 4'11". I don't think he's that. 4'6".
4'6", yeah.
4'6".
85 pounds.
He weighs 85 pounds. But I'm telling you, I've wrestled with this guy. I've watched him wrestle. I've been in battle royals with him. This guy is as good as any 300-pound man in the ring. He can run those ropes. I think I can walk on the rope. He can run them without me touching. He can do anything in that ring that any man can do. He will be the headliner. He will be the top dog, if you will, on July the 22nd. So if you've never seen Little Papa Pump, 4'5" or 6", 80-something pounds, you've got to come out and see this little man because he is one of the best little men in the world. So you're going to really enjoy that. So you've added a little something to the card.
And the good thing about him is he loves to spend time with the fans. He'll go out there and talk and meet and greet.
Take Polaroids.
Do everything that you would want him to do. But he can also wrestle.
He's unbelievable.
He like you said, he could. I bet if I put him in the ring with Johnny Rage, he'd find a way to do something.
Absolutely. And I don't want to be politically incorrect. And I know you don't use the word midget anymore. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody out there whatsoever. But he has built himself over the years as the world's greatest wrestling midget. And he is a little man, 4'5", 80-something pounds, but he's tall when he gets in that ring. Yep. I promise you right now.
And personality-wise, he's just top of the line.
And the last thing I want to say, and I'll turn it right back over to you. You understand what's going on. Now, Brock Garber, this thing's not over. Now this thing's drawn on for probably a year. At All-Star. You won't give me a match. Daniel sends you a contract every week, every month, whatever the case is. You tear it up, you throw it in our face, you send it back, you don't sign it, you return to sender, do whatever you want to do with it. But I'm telling you, your days are numbered. I promise. I told the people that. They know who I am. They know what kind of person I am. Your days are numbered. I'm going to get a match with you. What belt has he got?
The United States Heavyweight Championship.
He's a heavyweight champion. Been taking it to all these shows. I guess you know that.
Every show.
Every outlaw show, every independent show, every major show he's been going to. He's taking his belt, flaunting it around and saying, hey, I beat Mike Jackson and I'm the champion. And, doesn't sit well with you, doesn't sit well with me. So Brock Garvin, let me tell you, days are numbered. Time. The old hourglass, the sand in the hourglass. When I flip that thing over, that sand runs out. And eventually, it's going to run out for you, Brock Garvin. It could be July the 22nd at West Jefferson.
Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to miss July the 22nd at the old West Jefferson High School. You do not want to miss it. 5 big matches. Little Papa Pump. First time ever I've had anybody like this at All-Star Wrestling. He's going to be there. You don't want to miss this. He's going to be involved. You never know what's going to happen at All-Star Wrestling. But like I told you, bigger and better things are happening. And July the 22nd, you'll see firsthand. You don't want to miss this. For tickets, you can call Mike Jackson, 205-936-9050. You can call myself, 205-983-0813. You don't want to miss it.
And Daniel, let me say this. Excuse me for cutting you off. Now, everybody knows we have a regular fan base.
Yeah.
And they sit front row. But now, just if you're sitting out there, I don't want you to think, and Daniel doesn't want you to think, you can't get front row. We have extra chairs for the front row. I mean, we have our regulars that come all the time, and they have reserved seating, and that's fine. We love that. But you can get on the front row, and it's a clean show.
It is a clean show. Family friendly. You won't hear any cussing. You won't see any kind of crazy things going on in the ring. Nobody's going to be half naked out there. It's going to be a family friendly show, and you'll want to bring your kids back to it. I can guarantee you that. It's a show your mama will love. Let me put it that way.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daniel Kendall. I am the owner and operator of All Star Wrestling. My friend Action Mike Jackson. We'll see you July the 22nd in West Jefferson.